What's up guys, Jordan from Moss Motoring here, and I'm back at Fox Hollow where Rotaru is to sit for the moment. We had a little issue after Dyno Day where the car pretty much blew up the turbo. There's no other way to do it. But I ordered the rebuild kit and the car should be a little bit more reliable afterwards. So we have it. We have Drew here once again. Hi. And we have the turbo sitting here, my 360 camera there, and pretty much what this video is going to be is rebuilding a Greddy T7833D. I have the full rebuild kit if you guys have this turbo, so it actually has a couple more oil ports, which should make it a little bit better in theory. Yeah, we'll see. It's a rebuild kit. So we're going to swap over to the 360 camera. All right, so pretty much what we have here is our Greddy turbo. This thing is not light. I'll let you be the judge of this. Where should I start? Where would you start if you're doing this? You said you haven't done this before, right?
I have not done it before.
Okay, so where would you start? The compressor compresses the air, and that's the side that goes into the motor itself. And this is in no way a clean process either, because turbos are filled with oil, so. Both nuts look pretty good. Can't complain, there's nothing really wrong with them at all. They look pretty healthy. Alright, so next up, we take off the 10 mil for this compressor housing, and we start there. It's hand tight. The clamp ring for the outside part is hand tight. Who was the last person to touch this turbo? So we're back on a different day, and we had a lot of trouble pretty much with the last thing. I ended up breaking the shaft to the turbo that I'll show you in a second. It's all because of this thing. It wouldn't separate. I didn't record it, but it's all right. I got it working. Anyways, so now that it's separated, we have the whole CHRA. It's got to be taken apart, but let's get this thing set. All right, so I just taken apart the turbo pretty much, or take apart the shaft and the other side, and yeah, this thing's seen some heat to it. You see that it is blue and purple there, and I do have the new one here because this top part is cracked, like I said before, and we have the new one here. So see that this does not have all of the provisions for the oiling and everything and the bearing inside of it that we have inside of there. So it's no worries, we're gonna clean it, it'll be fine. This is a little bit stronger, but other than that, we should be good. I won't be able to explain much in terms of having the camera on my head or in my hand or something. Not to put you guys down for the moment, you'll see what I'm doing. We've got the whole Mamba kit here, and I'll show you as I'm going through it. So it comes already sectioned out, you can see inside of here. And we got all the assorted parts and everything. We have seals, we have many different things. I think I showed you in the first kind of. We have pretty much all the consumables, so now we just gotta figure out where they go. All right, so we take our center housing here, and we gotta get inside of this. All right, so I've got to get some picks to take out these. I'll show you right here. There is some points inside of there you'll see that I gotta take out pretty much from the whole thing, replacing all the seals. So I've done some work. I had to do some other things, but I finally got the front out that I just showed you, well as the thrust washer over there, or thrust bearing, and now I just have to take this bearing out and pretty much replace it because we have the replacement parts. So let's do that right now. I'm back here, and it is the next day because it was 12 o'clock and I know. So off camera, I went and reinstalled everything back on the turbo, and what actually happened, and I'll tell you guys right now, I was freaking out last night in my sleep because I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot a washer. Oh gosh, I forgot. Then I remembered, I used some of the old parts off the turbo, the ones that weren't used, because the kit's a little bit different than what it says. I will say, so if you guys have a Greddy T78 turbo, just know the Mamba kit is, it takes a modification. I'm going to use everything from it that I've seen, unless I have something different. In particular, it's this piece right here. This lip right here, as well as the outer lip, does not fit the cup that goes inside of it, the retaining cup that goes on the thrust washer itself. So just know that if you guys got this kit. So I didn't push in the compressor all the way, and it started to move in and out the whole shaft, and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I just didn't have it pushed in all the way, and I haven't torqued this on yet, so this nut can still move. I'm looking for a torque measurement right now. I don't want to tell you guys anything different. Most turbos I see are torqued down to 100 inch-pounds, which is I think about 8 foot-pounds. Don't quote me on that. So I'm just I'm waiting to make sure that it's correct first before I do it. But turbo spins, I'm not gonna spend too much, but it do have some oil within the bearings and everything. We should be all good. It's all put down. We have the feed and drain over there, so you know, we're going. I do have to clock it, of course, to attach to the turbo, but you know, I'm doing it. I've rebuilt the turbo. The turbo spins properly now. It is fully seated. full of oil. It's proper. But what I had to do was, there's a plate down there. I made a video on it already. I just have to reseal it. So we're gonna see if it seals. It's been curing for right around 2 days now, 3 days. So we're gonna see if it still leaks. If not, put a boost controller on it and give it actual drive. Get it warmed up. So of course, what I like to always do once it's in neutral, give it some oil pressure and then turn on the fuel, start it up. So, oh, it's starting up very nice today. Got the Subaru up there. Put that on. I want to see the controller because I want to get some temps up in here real quick. And here goes nothing. Please tell me there's nothing leaking. I'm so scared right now. He makes these faces. I don't know if he's like upset or happy. Temps are looking good still.
I don't see any fresh strips coming out of it.
Well, that's good because I put a ridiculous amount of stuff on there, so.
But the turbo is going.
Well, yeah, it has to warm up.
Yeah, it's got to warm up. That was the first thing I do. I saw you starting to crank it. I'm like, I'm going to make sure I know where to look. And I'm like, wait, it's not doing it.
Thank God. So yeah, after I rebuilt it, I connected everything back together. It went in well. The turbo spun. I wouldn't say it spun immediately, but you know what, journal bearings, you had to let them warm up and expand, contract, and all that good stuff before you even drive it. So currently with the boost control, oh, I didn't even show you guys that. Hold up. I went and installed a actual boost controller into this. Don't worry about my screw. I have the T going from that here. I got a bunch of vinyl line. I got one from the intake and another one coming up with some plumbing wire, plumbing line to another vinyl line to inside of the firewall grommet over here. And then I plumbed it out here inside my Turbo Smart boost controller, Boost T, and I've maxed it out. It's pushing it. Yeah, I can't make any more boost with this. I can turn it how much ever I want and it just won't make any more, which isn't the biggest problem because it's still making right around 350 right now, I'd say, with the type of boost. Mid threes. It's somewhere in the threes. Plenty fast for a 2729 horsepower or 2729 pound car. However, my biggest concern with all of this right now, as this car is driving down the road, it's gonna look menacing, but we have a turbo issue right here. And what I mean by issue is that this turbo is open, and even if you close the hood, you still see a very open turbine, which is very susceptible to any rocks that might want to wreak havoc on this car. So I was gonna order a turbo guard, but I had an idea. I brought it up to Drew, Jigglypuff Drew, and I told him that I wanted to build a okay. I told him that I think I would like to build a turbo guard for the front of this turbo instead of just ordering one and being, you know, the easy part. So we're gonna figure out how to make one, and then we're gonna start selling it online, and then you guys are gonna buy it.
Pretty much pulling a full MacGyver on this. Let me show you what we got cooking in here.
Videoception.
So what we have here is actually a drain cap for Schedule 40 pipe, and this is a 4-inch diameter. It goes on to a 4-inch diameter Schedule 40. It's almost the perfect size for the turbo. I'm gonna have the fun part of dremeling this out to the size we need it. And then I'm gonna cut little slits here along it so we're able to compress it on this rubber coupling that goes onto the turbo. And we're gonna have 2 hose clamps here with a big metal band on it. And then for extra protection, I found this old like kind of chicken wire we had. I'm gonna make 2 sets of this that actually go in front of it to help get rid of any of the smaller particulates that we don't want to get in here. Kind of crazy, but I can get it done.
Which is great, because without that, I would have to rebuild this turbo again. And honestly, I'd just rather just lay down and sleep eternally than rebuild that turbo again. This took a turn for a different turn. All right, so as you just saw, we made the slits inside of it, and we're gonna see if it goes over the turbo. Let's heat it up a little bit.
Yeah, it wants to.
See, this is called R&D. Just not enough of the R and all of the D. So let's grab this real quick. Nice little heat gun. Shout out to Bauer, first name Eddie.
And then we walk away.
Oh, is that what it is?
And then we just rotisserie chicken.
All this effort to make a turbo guard. Imagine that. You know, we should probably look this up online before we even tried it.
What?
How to make a turbo guard.
Yeah, but that involves time And I wasted my time getting you all these materials, so you're gonna like it!
I'm selling this car. I love when a plan comes together. Also, look at my Malibu.
Get that
That's a
Australian Malibu out of my shop.
Mishi Malibu.
The Mishi Malibu. See this
Mishi
man thinks
Malibu.
he runs my shop. He could gladly just pull in this ugly looking Malibu in here. What, you LS3
Mishi
swapped it?
Malibu. No, this is a that's an Ecotec. I put two Ecotecs
That's
together.
right.
It's actually a V4.
That's a nice looking Stato right there, mate. Look at this Stato.
All right.
That actually looks like someone has professionally done that. Well, remember, if the women can't find you handsome, they can at least find you handy.
I'm selling this car.
You're selling this?